Hi, my name is Sunday. In this video, I'll be talking about the new payments or cost for Sanatoria documents. The government had issued a law or decree for employers who applied for Sanatoria documents for their workers, for them to pay the sum of 156 euros to 300 euros. Those ones in agricultural sector, they have to pay 300 euro as tax. While those ones under domestic and care, they have to pay 156 euros. So it says the irregular work emergence, fees contribution, cost of amnesty from 156 euro to 300 euros per month. Per month. That is the new decree from government. 156 euros for those ones under domestic and care, while 300 euros for those ones under agriculture. They have to pay it per month as tax. Now, before we get deep into it, before I explain more to you, if you know you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do subscribe and make sure you click the notification bell, so whenever I upload any new videos or information, you will know. Now, let's get started. So, Sanatoria. As they say, work not dey finish for farm. There's another thing that the people need to do again. It says the fee to be paid is 300 euros for each month or fraction of a month of previous work declared by the employer in the application for emergence for the agriculture, livestock and animal husbandry, fishery and aquaculture sector. So it says 300 euro for agricultural sector that needs to be paid by the employer. So this money needs to be paid each month or fraction of a month of previous work. Now, people should get this. The money needs to be paid by the employer, but we know it is the worker that is going to bear the cost. So that is it. Say this money should be paid for previous work declared by the employer. Now, if those employer declare that the worker has been with them since a year ago, now they have to start paying the tax that they omitted while the worker have been working with them. So this is what the government had come out with. So they don't catch them red-handed. Those ones under agriculture, which is farm work, they have to pay 300 euro. So this is what the government said they should pay. While those ones under care and domestic, they have to pay 156 euros. So it says 156 euros for the family care sector and the domestic sector. This was established by the decree of the Ministry of Labour on 7 July, published in the official Gazette number 223/2020. The payments must be made with F24 without the possibility of compensation. The payments must be made with that form F24 without the possibility of compensation, without the possibility of them returning it back to you. So that is what they are trying to say. They are not going to return it back to you whether anything happened or not. So the amount 300 euros in the new amount for the sector of agriculture. 300 after they have paid 500 euros before. So the government is demanding 300 euros from those ones under agriculture again to be paid as tax for the previous work that those people have been working for them before. So while 156 for those ones under personal assistance, as I've said, care and others, say the same amount must also be paid for the domestic work sector as well. Domestic and care, they have to pay 156 euros. So those employers that have employed people under domestic and care, they have to pay 156 euros. That is the new tax that the government issued for them to pay because of the worker that they declared that have been working for them irregularly or as black job for them. So now government expects them to pay that tax that they omitted before by allowing the person to work for them irregularly. So they say the payments can be made by employers with an F24, as I've said, F24 form, by entering a tax code that will be indicated by the Inland Revenue, which is the Agencia de Entrada. So the tax code will be communicated in the days ahead. So it said the F24 payment form must be produced. Listen to this. The F24 payment form, after you have paid it, must be produced by the employer at the time of signing the residence contract for subordinate work at the single desk for immigration, at the sportello unico per immigrazione. So that is, you need to present that form. Without that form, they are not going to go ahead with that document, with the Sanatoria document. So this tax that they have just brought about now, they expect every employer to pay it. Those ones under agriculture, under farm work, so they have to pay 300 euro in form of tax. While those ones under domestic or care, they have to pay 156 euro in form of tax omitted long ago. So according to them, they say the payment of the contribution has its own reason. The reason why you need to pay it. Now let's look at what is the reason of this payment. Why this payment? They have paid the first 500 euros. So why this payment? And also in this vein, let me quickly stress, those ones that are having 6 months, that apply for 6 months, those ones are left out of it. They have to pay nothing. So get that. Those ones that are collecting 6 months, that are collecting the 6 months sanatoria, those ones have no problem. They have to pay nothing. But for those ones that employed workers under agriculture and other domestic and care, those are the employers that need to pay what we are talking about now. So it says the reason of the payment is, it says the payment for the contribution has its own reason. The sums due for remuneration, which means compensation, to compensate, then contribution and tax. Then consequently, pursuant to Article 1, Paragraph 4, the Revenue Agency will allocate it for one-third upon receipt of the state budget for tax purposes. Now, the money that they are going to pay is going to be divided into 3 groups. Now, the first one is going to be for tax purposes to the states, meaning to Italy as a whole, to the nation. Then 2, then HIMSS as a contribution. They will divide one part and give one part to HIMSS, one part as tax to the state, which is to the nation, then another part to HIMSS as contribution. Now, finally, the last part of this money we are talking about, to HIMSS for subsequent accreditation to the worker for remuneration, which is for compensation, to compensate the worker that have been used irregularly, that have been used under black work. Take for instance the 300 euro that the employer in agricultural sector need to pay. If they break that money into 3, let's say 100 euro per group. Now the first 100 euro will go to the state as tax. The second one will go to HIMSS as contribution. While the third 100 euro will now go back to the worker that was used in all these years without better contract or without contract. So that's the reason, the purpose of the money. The same thing with the 156 euro that will be paid by those ones in domestic and care. Now the first part will also go to the state as well. The second part will also go as contribution to HIMSS, while the third part will also go back to the worker as well. But we know in all this context, in all these things, it is still the worker that is going to bear the brunt or going to bear the cost of everything, because the person who did the document for you or who did the application for you can't be spending all this again. No, it's still the worker that needs to spend it. So if you want to get your document according to them, you need to pay this F24 form. You need to pay it. So that is what the government had issued. 300 euro for those ones under agriculture, 156 euro for those ones under care and domestic. So finally, it says the amount paid will not be returned in case of rejection or applications not submitted. So in conclusion, they said the amounts paid, this amount we are talking about, all the amounts that you are going to pay, now it's not going to be returned back to you in case of rejection. In case something happened, they rejected the sanatoria. In case maybe application was not submitted or was not submitted properly, and the person was not granted the document, all these amounts are mentioning, they are not going to return it back to you. So it says, finally, the decree sets out the rule according to which the sum paid as a lump sum contribution will not be returned in case of inadmissibility, filing or rejection of the declaration of emergency or failure to submit it. So all these cards, all this money, they are not going to return it back to you, should in case they reject the application or they reject the sanatoria, or they did not give the sanatoria to the person. So this is what the government has come out to say, that employers under agriculture, under domestic, and under care that have employed workers or applied for workers for this sanatoria, they need to pay this sum again. The first sum was 500 euro. Now, this is another sum of money that they need to pay for the previous job that these people have been doing for them, or the previous tasks that they omitted during the irregular job. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, and also share it to others as well. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do subscribe and make sure you click the notification bell. For whenever I upload any new videos or information, you will know. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.